All right, so this fanfiction idea was voted on over on my Patreon. So if you guys want to be part of those Patreon polls, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the first tier. That'll allow you access to do so. Like I said, it's in the description box below. So, if you want to, you can do that. I'd greatly appreciate it. Um, so yeah, we're gonna talk about the one that won, because I've been doing a lot of these fan fiction ideas that are basically what they are is a bunch of horror crossovers. And this was the one I posted for Danny Phantom, and this one won by a large margin. So yeah, it's Danny Phantom and the Grudge, or Ju-on the Grudge. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the story begins. So story is set after Phantom Planet. So Danny is just kind of like working to protect Amity Park. He's a globally recognized hero after saving everyone from the Ecto asteroid. Danny's just kind of like living it up. He's just like, man, my life is so cool, and I'm stooping the local goth chick. My life's pretty awesome. However, one day Danny is just kind of like Danny gets a call, or rather, the Fentons get a call, who are like, yeah, we work specifically with Danny Phantom. The Fenton works is now allied with Danny Phantom. We're all cool, and we'll pass the message along. So basically, what it's from is from a paranormal investigator from Japan, who basically asks them to pass along a message to Danny Phantom saying, hey, we know that you are a hero all the way here in Japan, and we know you basically deal with American ghosts and whatnot, but there is a haunting here in Japan that has claimed a lot of people's lives, and a lot of us don't have any options. Like, we in the paranormal investigation agency here, we don't have any options. Like, we have tried everything. So maybe what we need to fight the ghosts is with another ghost. So please contact us as soon. So Danny's like, whoa, they want me to go to Japan to fight ghosts? I've never fought Japanese spirits. And Sam is like, at first Danny's like, well, it'd be a nice trip to Japan. But Sam like pulls him aside and is like, you don't understand. I think you're so used to fighting all these crazy ghosts that you have never really seen something in another country, let alone Japanese spirits. And Danny is just like, a ghost is a ghost is a ghost, Sam. Like, what? Like, how bad could it be? Like how awful could encountering another spirit from Japan be? It's another ghost. And Sam's like, I'm warning you, Danny. This is these spirits are not like the spirits you've encountered here in America or in the Ghost Zone. These things are vengeful and really hard to get rid of. I've read all this paranormal, all the occult stuff on them. So, be careful. So Danny's like, okay, I will be careful. I will watch out for what happens, but I think I'm going to be fine. So Danny goes to Japan, and he meets with the agency, with the paranormal group, and they're like, holy crap, Danny Phantom actually arrived. It's honor to meet you, sir, and all that. He's like, Danny's like, don't call me sir. It makes me feel old. Anyway, so what exactly am I dealing with here? What are we dealing with here? So they basically explain the house, and he's like, okay. They're showing him like the house first, and he's like, okay, haunted house. You guys needed me for this? I thought this was like some kind of like world-ending thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be insulting or anything, but like, this feels a little below my pay grade, But however, they explain, you don't understand. When a soul is killed, so they explain the history of the house and talk about all the hauntings, as well as like, they basically also explain that like, look, what happens is that when someone goes in that house, the spirits like stick onto them. It's a pair of vengeful spirits that are so egregiously wronged. It's like a mind infection. And we've tried everything. We've tried holy blessings. We've tried, exorcisms. We've tried to just have the house demolished, but nothing happens. So we turn to you to maybe another ghost can deal with them. And he's like, okay, okay, I can do this. So Danny like goes to the house, and he's like, all right, little intimidating. The house is a little spooky, but I can, I can do this. I can totally 100% get rid of these spooks. It's no different from it. Like it's probably gonna be like fighting the box ghost or something. So opens the door and immediately like he has a split second of ooh, like he just feels this like the ghost sense in him goes off like never before. Like he is like his ghost sense like chills him to the bone in that moment where he is just like, whoa, that ooh, you got this, Danny. So he goes inside and he's just looking around the house like, what up, ghosts? It's me, your boy Danny. If you want to fight, I'm here. So he's like going around the house, waiting for his ghost sense to like trigger again, and he's like seeing nothing. Like he's really not. He's not sensing anything. He's not feeling anything. He's just kind of like, what is this? Like, what is, like, where are you? And he goes into the bedroom. He opens up the closet, sees nothing, closes it, but then he hears a cat. Like he hears a meow. What the hell? And he like opens it again, nothing. Closes again. Meow. Okay, this is bullshit. He like throws open the door and there's the kid. Just meow. Whoa! He like blasts at it. All he does is blast a hole in the wall. He's like, what was that? So then he hears like I can't make the sound, but he hears Kayako's like rattling. And sure enough, she comes like climbing in through the doorway and is like upside down. Her hair like comes down at Danny. He gets attacked. He has to like fight his way off of her, and he blasts her. And he's like, I don't know what it like. Okay, so Japanese spirits are something else entirely. I don't know what this is, but like I'm gonna give you one chance to like leave these premises and go to the ghost zone, or I'm gonna make you go there in the thermos. But of course, the two spirits don't acknowledge him and immediately try to Kayako and her son immediately attack him, and he's like he's like fighting his way through them until like he's blasting them. He's trying everything, but nothing's really working. Like nothing's really making much of a dent. Until like Danny has to realize, okay, I am overwhelmed here. I got to get out of here. So he phases through the wall, flies out through the ceiling, and is like, okay, at least they're there. At least they'll be kept there for now. They can't leave. So he goes back to the paranormal group, and they're like, so did you get them? And he's like, no, I was not prepared for that. Maybe some little more research could help. And they're like, You left the house and they were still there? He's like, yeah. And they're like, you need to leave. Like, go home right now. And they're like, why? And Danny's like, why? You need to leave. You need to go. Don't stay here. Go home. And he's like, I'm trying to help you. It's like, all you did was just make it work. We should have never brought you into this. Our apologies, but like you need to leave right now. Go home right now. So Danny leaves. He goes back to Amity Park, and he's just like, "How was all that about? Like I don't understand. Like I was trying to help them. I was trying to like help them with their problem, and they just threw me out. Oh well." So later that night, Danny's asleep, and he hears like the sound. He thinks like he hears a cat again. He's like looking through the room. Okay, it was weird. And then he hears the rattling, and he's like, "Oh!" And then he wakes up again. He's looking around. He sees like the trees are like scraping against his bedroom door, and he's like, "All right, man, Danny, you gotta lock in, man. Like they just freaked you out for nothing. Like just be cool. Like just be cool." And he lays back down, and Kayako's right there, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Goes ghost, blasts it, tries to blast her, but she vanishes. The Fentons are like woken up by that, and of course, what happens next is just absolute chaos. Because now Kayako and her son are like in the house and they're like trying to grab at the Fentons. They're blasting them with the ecto weapons, but like they're not working because these are a completely different kind of spirit. So everyone's freaking out. So the only thing Danny can do is like to keep his family safe is to get them to the ghost zone. So Danny basically lures them down there. The hairs are wrapping around him, like the hairs are going into his mouth and he's like choking on it until like he reaches for the ghost portal to open. It sucks the two of them in, immediately locks it, and he's like, okay, got him. So he's like, I think we got him. They leave that as they try to go back to sleep, but Danny's like awake and he's just like, I'm like, he's too freaked out from all of that, and he's just like kind of sitting there in his room, and in the distance he thinks he hears meow. So there you go, guys. That is the Danny Phantom Grudge crossover. I want to thank everyone who voted on this. This was a fun one to do, and yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.